Hello, hello, I am Bean, and welcome back to our collector's world. So I've done a bit of work off camera in between episodes. I've tried not to do too much, but so as you can see, I've redone the storeroom a bit. So we had the basis of this and the floor. But I've added the roof, I've moved the lights, and I've added these things either side, just a bit of a pattern. I think I'm going to change these. I don't think they quite fit. So there's a few things in this room. The first thing, I've just hidden a bit of utility in this room. So this row here of andesite slabs, they are actually an infinite water source that stretches across here. The second thing that you may have noticed, I am level 30, and moreover than that, I have the materials, hopefully, to make a bunch of books. And let's grab some wood, and there's 11. Bit of spruce. That should get us the remainder. 15. Nice, nice, nice. So I hope this works. I'm pretty sure putting bookshelves in the corner works. So you need 15 bookshelves to get the max level enchant, and they have to be in a ring. So one block away from the enchanting table. So think of this black ring here. Nothing can be in this black ring. No torches, carpet, nothing like that. And then the ring around that is where the bookshelves need to go. So this is 15, and if I've counted it outright, there we go, there's 15. Let's double check. Yep, so it's showing that we can get a level 30 enchant there, which is pretty good. I'm not sure what we want for our first enchant. Get some feather falling, maybe protection. I think I'm going to gamble on a pickaxe. I've got a diamond pickaxe around here. So ideally you obviously want to do it on a brand new pickaxe to get the most out of it, but I think I've mined like 3 obsidian pieces with it or something like that. So I've put some lapis in this barrel behind the enchanting table. We need 3 lapis. And nice, perfect. So it would have been nice to have efficiency on there, but fortune is the #1 thing that I want on that. Silk touch, close second, but I'm pretty happy with that, especially as a first enchant. But stow that away for now, just in case. So yeah, I've done this room here. The second thing that I've been working on off camera, it dawned on me that I didn't show you how the sheep farm worked. At the end of last episode, I was short on time and it slipped my mind. But I've revamped the sheep area, and this is fully working. It's not very efficient. Well, it's not an AFK farm, and I don't like AFK farms. I like to interact with my farms in some way. So yeah, the sheep area. So we've got this cool little wooden archway and some foliage that's sort of growing around it. It looks quite nice. Different angle down here. And I've sort of smoothened the steps out here to transition into it. So I filled these all up with shears. I put the coloured wool behind it. I put barrels on top. These barrels aren't in use yet, but I'll... hello, Mr. Spider. I see you back there. But as you can see, we have a tripwire here. which is quite well hidden. When we come through, all the sheep get sheared, and some of the wool. Let's go back down into the thing. Let's see if we can see any go up. Yeah, so it has picked up quite a bit of the wool, but I might, as the series goes on, think of a new way to house the sheep. I really like this way of housing the sheep. Hold on. We should deal with you first. Bop. Bop. Yeah, so at the moment I'm just collecting the excess and then manually just dumping it in that chest down there. But as you can see, they've started regenerating. So how sheep work is they will get their wool back when they can eat some grass. So this grass block just spread. So it's a matter of time now before they eat, and when they eat the grass they will get their wool back. So you just saw this guy do it, Mr. Brown Sheep. So let's talk about the redstone here quickly. So I showed that we've got this tripwire. I've got some access doors here. So the tripwire goes into these blocks and the redstone comes in, and it goes into each one of these dispensers where I've got some shears. So it's exactly the same on the other side with a little addition. So we have the redstone come down, going into all the dispensers, the repeater again to boost the redstone strength. And we basically carried on the redstone signal down here. And this redstone signal basically feeds into this unloading station. So normally how it works is this unloading station, this hop and minecart will just run back and forward over and over again if it has nothing to pick up. Or, sorry, if it has nothing to drop off. But we don't want this to keep going back. It's noisy, potentially laggy. So keeping it up here is what we want to do. So it stops up here and it starts up there basically when we trigger the tripwire. So we trigger the tripwire and it unlocks this minecart and off you go. Minecart will pick up all the wool, it will come back and it will stay up there until the tripwire is activated and it's unloaded. So I mentioned these barrels up here. Now these barrels, hopefully I'll eventually use them to drop each different coloured wool into their respective barrel. Now I don't have the iron to do that. I've started working on an access chute back here for it. As you can see, they're the barrels above the sheep pens. Boop. Yeah, so in the future, I think I'm going to set up an item storage system which drops off all the different colour walls, and that would be cool. All the sheared. If items despawn, they despawn. I'm really not too fussed. So the last thing that I did in between episodes, I mentioned it briefly, is I went mining. And I went to the mine over under that hill, which I die. I went into that mine under that hill to carry on mining, and it got very interesting. I took a bunch of torches to light it all up and make it safe. And it was really dangerous, but I took my time. I was off camera, so I didn't take any risks. And it's amazing in there. I came out at another entrance just further down, which is a lot easier to get in and out of. So let's just take a little journey over there. So here it is. The base is really not far away. The base is just over there. We've really not traveled very far away at all. And this is the top of that cave, basically. So I just wanted to show you this because now I've lit up all the cave. You might be able to appreciate it. It didn't come across that well on camera. It still looked really nice, but actually playing this is just gorgeous. It is brilliant. These cave generations are spectacular. So I forget how I got down there. I think over here actually. You might be able to see there if I can get there. I've set up a little station here. Little stairs to go up there. So we hadn't been here together on camera before, but just over this edge we had. So the previous cave we went in was actually this cave down here. I did not light any of that up in between episodes ourselves. That was all from last episode, so I'm presuming that amethyst or geode is somewhere down there. I could be wrong, I could be getting my directions muddled, but I think that's about right. Oh, that's the platform we normally jump off and land down there. I'm so disorientated here. Wow, so we normally come in, that's our hole that we come in up there. Okay, cool. Now we're back at the base. We've got to figure out what we're going to do today. Now, I've got a few things that I want to do today. The first thing is I want to do a notice board, a bit like what we're doing here with the signs. It's like a collection tick sheet almost. So we can put down on the notice board what collections that we should get and maybe find a way of marking them off when we've got them. So maybe that is using glow squid ink to sort of highlight them as we did on this sign here to say we have got them. Or maybe it's just a case of dyeing them, I don't know, like red for haven't started, green for completed, and maybe amber for in progress, but that might get a bit complicated. But nevertheless, I think that would really help us out and help you guys keep track of what I'm doing. At the moment, we have two collections. We've got the sheep collection and the dye collection, which are complete. But yeah, we've got no way of really marking off what we have done and what we are going to do. So we're just over by the Nether portal here, and I'm just going to take you along while I get some wood. And we talk about the other thing that I wanted to do. So we need name tags. We can't start collecting hostile monsters until we get some name tags. What happens is they just despawn unless they're holding items, which most monsters can't hold items. So I think the way that we're going to get some name tags is villagers, basically. Villager trading. Villager trading I don't really like to do that much because in a lot of instances it breaks the game. But I've penned the village. Where are they? Oh, this is death waiting to happen again. Let's just go out here. So you can't see, but I've penned all the villages into, like, they've got like a horse pen that naturally spawned. So yeah, I've penned the villagers all into a little cage there just to keep them safe from zombies. I think they're out of range, so they should be safe from zombies anyway, but just in case. So the reason why I'm getting all this wood is to make the... That's a cool tree. To make the notice board, the collection board, I think I'm going to make it out of spruce, and I'm thinking maybe some shroom lights. That'd be quite cool. Like they should go quite well with this colour spruce. Maybe chuck in a bit of acacia. I quite like the orange colour wood as well. As for the location of it, I think we are going to build it in the cave system that we just found. I really like that. It would be quite a big project to fully convert the cave system, so I'm just going to do it a bit at a time. And by doing it a bit at a time, it means that you don't sort of get overwhelmed with doing a task and whatever. So I think this will be enough spruce for now. If I need some more, I'll come back and get some off camera. But I'll meet you over in the cave. Right then, I've collected up a bunch of spruce, some acacia, some shroom lights. I brought over some bone blocks and moss blocks, just a few resources just to get us underway. The cave entrance is just there. Last time I came over here, I'm not sure you could really see, so just so you guys get an understanding of where I am, the base is over there, the nether portal's over there. We're really not far away at all. I would like to eventually maybe make a bridge over to this peninsula over here, and maybe another bridge over here, and make this like our central crossroads, because the village is on the other side over there, so we could do some cool things with this area. There's a really nice bay as well, a natural form bay. Just over the ridge here we've got this plunge pool. I think you saw me jump off there last episode, or... No, that was this episode, I think. Yeah, so it'd be quite nice to sculpt that out and do something with that. I don't know. But there's a lot of possibilities, which is cool. So we're here in the cave. I haven't planned where I want to put this notice board. I want to put it somewhere out the way, but also centralized. I see you, Mr. Skeleton. So this is quite a nice area up here. It's quite near our cave entrance, and if we were flying in and out, so... Yeah, so the first category was monsters, and that would be just a tick sheet. I'll try and name all the monsters. Then the other two categories are open to interpretation, and... Hello? 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 And what I mean by they're open to interpretation is... I think... we want a category for blocks to collect, and then a category for entities to collect, or items. So for instance, the dies would be an item collection, and we haven't got a block collection underway yet, but I feel like there are certain blocks that we would want to do, and I don't just want to collect all blocks, I want to categorize them. So thinking about this really crudely, such as metal blocks, for instance, maybe we can collect one of each type of block. So lapis, emerald, copper, diamond, etc., etc. anything that like the layman like you and me would call a sort of a mining material, a mineral or a metal or something like that. But where to put the sign? I want to try and avoid blocking off passages. I like this area here. I'm looking down here, basically. I think if I can... Yeah, I think this will work down here. Okay, I'm going to shape a bit of this and then get back to you. Okay, so I've cleared out a little space here. I've tried not to change it too much because I like the cave feel. But I think we're just going to wing this together. So my idea has changed just on seeing this area. I think I was planning to do 3 separate boards in a row, but I think it looked quite nice if we possibly done like a courtyard of doors. I've left this area raised here, so maybe we can like have a better view of ones above and below us. Let's see. And I want to future-proof it as well, so it's got plenty of space ready for whatever we want to do in the future. So make it fairly big. So I think that's 6. A lot of people don't like to build in evens, but sometimes building in evens can work out. What I mean by evens is that there's no middle block here. This is 8 by 8 here. So yeah. Okay, let's put some 2, 3. Maybe something like this. How high is that? Yeah, that would be fine. Nice, and strip that back. Yeah, that looks quite cool. Let's knock up a crafting bench. A few of these, maybe. Yeah, that breaks them up nicely. Now, just to add a bit of depth, I think the actual board will be here. I really need to get some form of experience farm up and going because I'm chewing through my own just using iron tools. I know a lot of people like to use stone tools, but I'm not about that. Stone tools, they just break a lot more and they're just that bit slower. So I'd rather just use iron myself until I can get nice enchanted diamond tools. So as for the background, I shouldn't have done that. That's a lot of stacks of spruce. Just using some wood for the actual backboard. Okay, looking quite good. We're missing some sort of border. Have an idea for that. And Shazam! Yeah, this looks quite cool. So it purposely looks quite simple because I think it's going to get very messy very quickly as we start adding signs to the boards. I've got a few more things that I want to do, which I'll do with you guys. The first thing is, oh my god, no inventory space. Where can we dump this torch? Somewhere that's remotely dark up here. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but kind of want to do an inverse sort of stand, like a little stage, It's not supposed to be steps. You're not supposed to get up and down it easily. It's supposed to be like a viewing platform. And might look quite cool. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Hi. Hi. What the hell were you crafting then? Oh my god. Oh my god. So the next thing I want to try, and I've actually never done this before. As I sort of said earlier, I never really played 1.17. So I think what we do is we chuck a moss block in there and bone mill it, and yeah. I quite like the grass. Let's right, okay. Okay, I've done a little bit of work here. It still needs some detail above it, but I'm happy with it, how it looks down here. So yeah, I've converted all the ground to moss, and I need to tidy this up. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole cave floor moss. That would be really easy to do, so that's worth thinking about. So I've left some of the grass that's grown just to add a bit of depth and texture. And similarly, these azalea bushes and these flowering azalea bushes, I've dug them down one block and then placed them flush. And yeah, I think it just gives a bit of colour, just makes it feel a bit more vibrant. So additionally, I've put some barrels here. And these are going to be used to store certain things. So I've put some barrels inside these barrels. I've got some glow ink sacs and some orange dyes. Now we need to figure out what colour signs we want, as in what type of wood. We've got a few options. Let's try birch. Birch may be too light. If we say that, all 16 sheep colours, I think that actually works okay. So I thought about dyeing all the text orange. Is that hard to read? If you guys can let me know if that's hard to read, it's all right on my end. But the idea is that when we complete them, chuck a glowing sack on it, just to say we've got it. And I think that's quite cool. So I think I'm going to leave this how it is for now. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the birch. I think that makes sense. So I'm going to put a bunch of birch signs in there, as well as orange dye and glowing sacks. If you guys are really struggling to read that, then let me know. But yeah, looking good. Alrighty, we're back. We're over by the village, which is... the base is just over there, and the cave just over that way. And I mentioned earlier how I trapped in the villages. Here they are. So I still want to get name tags, but we're running out of time quite quickly. So I'm not going to do anything too fancy with these guys. I'm just going to hopefully pull one out somehow and set them up as a librarian. And I mentioned before how I don't like to abuse villagers too much, but there's one thing that I always get from villagers, and that's a mending book. There are a few other ways to get mending, but mending is just such a necessity, I think, in Minecraft, that I feel like villagers are the only good, reliable way of getting mending. You can be grinding for hours otherwise and never get it any other way. So I'm going to grab one of these librarians, hopefully keep trying to re-roll him until he gets mending, and then I'll be back with you. Nice. There it is. Mending. Ignore these prices. I accidentally hit them with my axe, but we got the mending. So I said I wanted the mending, but that's not the sole purpose of him. As I said earlier, I wanted to get some name tags. So I think every librarian has name tags. Oh, I can't lock him in yet. Oof. I need a few more emeralds to lock him in, so let's go see if I can get some emeralds off the other villages, and I'll be right back with 11. So 11 for a bookshelf, that's fine. So he's locked in now. Eventually this guy will have other trades as we level him up, and I'm not sure when the name tag comes up, but regardless, we'll have a Mending Villager with name tags, so we'll have all the name tags we want. So I'm going to work on that a bit between episodes. But we've done a little bit today. We've set up a new notice board hub in the cave over there, and we've got ourselves a Mending Villager. So I think that'll be all for us today. Until next time, see you later.